Exactly. Yep. Yeah.
So it's a vibe.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a lifestyle, really. It's yeah. It's really how you live your life, man. Just do it the best you can, bro.
Oh, that part, man. Man, that's pretty heavy too, bro. Where you from?
I'm from Richmond, Virginia. Shout out that 804.
Okay, shout out to the 804. All right. You from Virginia. What you say, Richmond?
Yes, sir.
Ah,
Yeah,
shout out to Richmond, Virginia.
Yes, sir. That's I've been out in Colorado for across 10 years now. I moved here in like 2015, I think. Yep. March 2015, so 10 years last month.
Okay. And what brought you to the Mile High?
Same thing as everybody else. One of my relatives was marijuana. She's growing marijuana grower. She's a grower. And, you know, she just needed some help moving some products, so that's why I originally moved here.
Like that.
On the bigger, better things now.
Yeah.
When I first came here, that's really what it was all about. It was the weed rush, like the gold rush, and back in like 2015 or something.
Yeah. Tapped into that.
Yeah,
had to. That part, man. And then so how long before you were here before you like just started with like solar? Like did you just start with solar? Like how did you get into that, man? Cuz I don't think people know. Like hold on, man. Let's be clear. Call it C Green. I call him C Green, man. That's what I call him, C Green. Okay, man. He met a man of many talents, man. He can do a lot of different things, man. This brother, man, mechanic. You know what I mean? He done worked on cars. You know what I mean?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, that should be funny. Electrical.
Yes,
I mean everything, bro. You pretty multifaceted in your talent and your skill set. You know. However, Best Life Solar is like that's the thing. That's the wave.
It's the bread and butter, bro. I mean, I grew up doing all different types of things, man. Like you said, I used to flip cars, you know, buy them, sell them, fix them, and all that whole get up video. That was really my first kind of business type plan, or this is when I really became an entrepreneur. This is when I started with cars, and I was kind of flipping cars.
Okay.
It was an easy way to make money, and you know, I'd have brought like a 2008 Chevy Impala, and I changed the power steering pump in it, and I sold it for like $700 more the next day, bro. So I was kind of hooked on that for a little while. I mean, you know, that's still part of the vision, man. Don't get me wrong, bro. I just don't like to work on cars too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, all different types of things, man. I got into the roofing industry from the bottom, bro. I really started from the bottom. I started delivering shingles.
Ooh.
Yeah, man. Back in that hailstorm in 2017, the one that messed up the mills. When I got into the roofing industry, because it was a booming industry at the time. My hailstorm caused about $2 billion worth of damage. So, running shingles to every house in Denver for that whole summer, that whole year. It's really my intro to the roofing industry.
So you really started at the bottom, is what you're saying? Like you started like running shingles.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
hard work, like back-breaking work.
Yes, sir. Yep. Yeah,
like just describe. I mean,
you know, it's just ripping, running up and down roofs. You know what I mean? Carrying shingles, man. It's really like the most important job in the roofing industry, but kind of one of the hardest too. You know, man, delivering all the shingles is they're 60, 80 pounds in a pack, bro. And carrying them up and down ladders, up and down the conveyors, it's not nice.
Man, it don't sound like it, man. So where did it go from there?
Man, from there, I seen a crew on a roof working across the street from us, a solar panel crew, and I was just intrigued, man, because they weren't like so fast paced, ripping and running, and they were just kind of like on the roof doing their thing. And I'm like, man, I kind of want to check that out. It looks a little like slower pace, a little more manageable. So I went looking for Korean solar.
I mean, like, what was your first job?
First job, man. What was my first job, bro? I got fired from my first job. You know, it was like Firehouse Subs, I think it was, man. It was like some restaurant job. I got fired, bro. And next day, burned some fries or something. I don't know. It was a bad first job.
Oh yeah, bad first job.
Yeah.
Wow, man. What about your first job in solar?
Oh, well, I worked for a company called Capital Solar. They're a solar thermal company. They focus on really just solar thermal and hot water panels. So that's how I got into solar industry. I was working with them for about 3 years or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out Capital Solar.
Yeah, I learned a lot working with my buddy Keith. He's like one of my mentors for real. He taught me a lot of what I know, pretty much everything I know. And yeah, we learned a ton working with them. And then I worked at a couple different companies in the whole solar world. You know what I mean? I Capital Solar, Detached Reset. Worked at just all over, man. Just different companies. You know what I mean?
Okay. Hold on real fast. Technician, man, can we cut the tunes?
If you work with PDFs at all,
Man, so yeah, we just gonna chill out on the music. So you said Capital Solar. What are the name of the companies? My bad, bro.
Oh, Capital Solar, Detached Reset, had a little stand at Click Solar. Really, that's that. Yeah, just a couple of different companies.
Wow. And what year did you start that? What year did you start with Capital Solar?
I want to say 2017.
2017.
Yeah, it's been about 8 years or so since I started solar. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I've been an installer for years.
Yeah. So did you like it? Like, obviously you liked it because you started Best Life Solar, but like,
yeah, I fell in love with solar. Honestly, I don't know why. But yeah, I fell in love with it after the first year or so. It's really just the people kind of in the industry. That's usually how it goes with something. You fall in love with the people, not the actions. But
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So what was it? What is it about the people?
I mean, solar installers are a specific group of people. You know, I never met anybody that started doing solar and then stopped doing solar. And if I have, you know, it's just because of the way that they the companies they work for and the people that they met. But it's a real group of people that care about workmanship and care about making systems come out good, you know, and getting jobs done. So there's work ethic in the industry. It lacks in certain areas, but you know, that's kind of one of the reasons I like solar.
Okay. All right. And I mean, out of like everybody that you've all the companies that you've worked with, Capital Solar you started with,
Yep.
You learned the most from them.
Yep. Yeah. My buddy Keith was like one of my mentors. Taught me mechanics, plumbing. Man, we used to study science, all just everything. Man, taught me a lot of what I know.
Yo, study.
Yeah.
Science.
Yeah.
Man, get into that.
Oh man, I mean, you know, man, Keith's the type of guy that just really has a thirst for knowledge, bro. So,
Okay.
And I'm the same way, bro. So,
Yeah.
I mean, we would look things up, man. We would shoot the shit in the garage, man, talk about stuff. We actually learned PV pretty much together, like, because they're a solar thermal company, and they don't really do, like, a ton of electric. And when I came in is when me and Keith started kind of both studying. I mean, you know, separately, not, like, in the same room type shit, but we both started learning about it. And we were able to apply what we learned on the roof and be able to do some kind of systems for ourselves. We kind of taught ourselves a lot about solar.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Yo, so you taught yourself solar,
Yep.
thermo too.
Well, Keith, man, I mean, he's been a master plumber for 16 years. So, and Capital Solar is, I think, the oldest solar company in Colorado. They've been around since 1985. They've been doing solar hot water since, man. So there's a lot of knowledge in that company. The old owner, Bruce, was one of the original solar pioneers in the entire solar industry. It's cool working at that company just because of the history that they have.
Okay, that's what's up. They got a lot of history, man. Man, we're gonna get back into that real quick, man. Plug your IG, man. Where can we find you? Where can they find you?
My personal IG, C Royal 94.
Okay.
And our business, Best Life Solar, is just at Best Life Solar on Instagram, and that's Facebook. You can find us bestlifesolar.com. And yeah, that's
Okay.
all my handles.
Okay, so Best Life Solar everywhere.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, on all social media platforms.
Yes, sir.
You got a website?
Yeah. www.bestlifesolar.com.
Okay, so man, we gonna get into some of these questions real quick, man, because I wrote some questions down,
Okay.
and I got some questions for you.
Yeah, I'm excited. Let's go.
I think this is gonna open it up a little bit, man. So let's get into some of these questions, man. I'm gonna ask you right now, man. So your company, right? It's a local minority-owned company, and it's community-driven, right? How does it make a difference for a homeowner or a business owner choosing between you and like a national giant?
It makes a big difference, honestly. I mean, being a young black entrepreneur, I've definitely ran into some situations where that's been a factor. Whether some people, homeowners, might not necessarily be comfortable working with somebody like me, but what really kind of sets me away from that is just my amount of knowledge and my confidence I have on a subject, because if somebody can feel confident with you, even if they do have their own personal preferences, then they still want their job done correctly,
Yeah.
So yeah, I try to look past that, and try and I offer the same service to everybody. People have their own preferences, and national, bigger companies, there are a ton of bigger companies than us, and I say if that's what you want to do, go ahead. But we try and offer everybody the same service.
Okay. I mean, you spoke to getting your training from, studying with Keith at Capital Solar. Also, I know, me personally, I know you're NABCEP certified, right? And it's a lot. And also, I know there's a lot of solar companies out here that just, they're not certified, yet they're doing the business. They're doing the work. So get into that and the importance of, being actually NABCEP certified.
Yeah, I mean, there's importance in certifications, licenses. There are a ton of companies that aren't licensed, aren't certified. Just to work on certain types of jobs, Tesla systems. There's a lot of companies that aren't Tesla certified that work on Tesla jobs, and you gotta have the proper certifications and licenses to protect yourself, because really when it comes down to it, if you're doing work without really those kind of accolades behind you, then you're just kind of going to be harming yourself in the future.
In the future, you're talking about liability, right?
Exactly.
Homeowner liability, then a company liability, personal liability. Does all that come into play?
Yes, sir. Yeah. That's why that's why we take training so seriously. All of our installers, we take knowledge and we take everything so seriously, because at the end of the day, solar can be dangerous if installed wrong, and we do not want to end up in the situation where we have to pay for a whole electrical system or pay for a new roof, and it can happen easily. And there's states all over the country where it's actually a felony to do unlicensed contracting work. So you can be sued. Homeowners get upset, find out you didn't pull a permit for the job. They'll sue you over it. It gets pretty tacky and messy. So I mean, this is the best way to do it, is just make sure you have all your proper certifications and licenses before installing solar.
Ooh, that sounds like a Best Life guarantee.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, we guarantee it at our company, but I can't speak for everybody else.
Okay. Yeah, that part, man. So, and your crew, man. Talk about your crew, man. Who's in the crew?
We got a couple of crews, man. We got some good guys, man. We're always growing. Sometimes we're shrinking. Sometimes we're growing, but we got a couple of good guys that stick around. We got Dustin, Goon Vargas, Jacob Vargas.
Shout out, Goon.
Emilio,
Emilio, yeah.
We got some good guys, man. Some good people that work with us.
Yeah, man. And being that you are locally owned, minority business, and you've had some mentorship in your life, kind of showing you what are some ways that you've helped your company and help those in your company grow in the industry?
There's a ton, man. I'm always doing whatever I can. I'm always on the roof trying to show guys better ways to do things. Man. That's the inspiration behind the company. Man. We try to do our best, man. So I want all our guys to do their best on the roof. And even after the roof, when they go home and they're living their life, man. I try and just give them guidance. Man, how to stay away, stay out of trouble. And I really just want the guys to do the best they can.
Yeah, I feel that, man. I know, just personally, man, like I said, like the training, like just showing for, like, if you guys want to know, anything about a solar system, solar PV system, thermal system, like, Colin is the one that you want to call. You want to contact Best Life Solar so that you can get the best bang for your buck, not the best insights.
Yes.
You're gonna get the best quality.
That's a major kind of problem in the industry, specifically the solar industry, is the lack of training. Not a lot of companies offer training programs or have a knowledge base where installers can look up any kind of system and see exactly, find a guide on it, an installation manual. There's not a lot of care that goes into training in the solar industry, so we take that very seriously. We're always having training sessions on our company app. We have a knowledge base where people can look up whatever they need to know, and we take it very seriously because it comes back all to the liability. You don't want to mess somebody's property up or mess somebody's roof or electrical system. It gets pretty expensive, so why not just spend the time making sure everybody in the company is on the same page and does things the same way and knows what they're doing. That's the easiest way to avoid mistakes like that.
Man, so we spoke to liability, man. I'm gonna do another just like rapid fire, type of the deal,
Okay.
man. I'm gonna throw a word out there, man, and I just want you to go in. You know what I mean? Talk to me about that word
Start
in
freestyle.
relation to that part, man. That part, man. It is under the street lights, man. You can do that here for real. But in relations to the skill or the trade, so I'm gonna throw a word out there, man, and you just gonna whatever comes to mind, man.
Okay.
All right, let's go, man. Safety.
Safety, important, most important, safety. I've not met guys that have fallen off of roofs before. People that have been hurt working on roofs, and safety is the biggest, the number one thing you got to be looking out for when you're on a roof is being careful, being tied off on harnesses, using the proper safety D-rings and rooks. And if you don't have an OSHA certification, you should go get one just so you learn a little bit about safety and how to handle yourself around construction environments. Because at the end of the day, nobody wants to get hurt.
Yeah, man. I always say this too, man. No matter what, especially in construction, because I've done a little bit of few different things in construction, electrical, solar, and one of the things that I was taught, man, and I always teach is safety first, last, and always.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because, we got to get home.
Better safe than sorry. That's my favorite saying, bro.
Yeah, that part, man. All right, man. So another rapid word, quick response, insurance.
Insurance, gotta have it. Gotta have insurance. It's something that you can't miss, you can't lack on, because when something does happen, you need to have a good policy or some funds available to be able to deal with situations.
Okay.
I got an offender bender the other day, and I had to pull our auto insurance policy, so it's always good to have insurance. And it's often required when you're working on property, general liability insurance, workers' comp insurance, auto, professional insurance, everything. It's all required.
That's all. Man, I like that.
And you need to make sure that your contractors are insured, or your subcontractors are insured, or anybody that you're working with or for, you need to make sure they're insured just in case something does happen.
Okay. Go into that a little more. Like, why is that important? Just in case something happens, like, does the liability, what the liability didn't fall on?
Yeah, all types of things, man. I mean, just in any type of trade you're in, people have discrepancies, accidents happen. Nobody's perfect. People make mistakes consistently. It's just something that you got to get used to and know how to work around. And just having a good insurance policy is one of the ways to do that, you know, because if a mistake happens and I do mess somebody's property up and they can file a claim, you know, it's not going to drain your bank account. I mean, it's always good to have funds available for emergency funds, but especially with solar panels, damages can be so expensive that it can kind of wipe out a company if you have to end up replacing roofs or a whole system or inverters. You have to be careful. So sometimes you need a good policy.
Man, that's interesting. So, like what, like mistakes, like what's one of the like worst mistakes you had to like clean up, you know what I mean, or deal with?
Too many to count, honestly. There's been a lot of mistakes, man.
Putting out fires, not literally though, but yeah, literally.
That's my biggest job, man, is putting fires out, man. And we've had some pretty major mistakes, man. I mean, you know, we haven't had anything to put us out of business yet. You know, we haven't had any replacing roofs or electricals or solar systems, you know, but we have mistakes, you know. We're not perfect. Yeah, off the top of my head, I mean, we've had a couple situations, but nothing crazy. You know?
Man, inverter, anything like that? Replacing the inverter, anything like that happen?
Yeah, we've had to replace an inverter or two.
Does that get expensive, man?
Yes, it does. It gets expensive.
How do you deal with that? How do you deal with that type conflict or anything like that?
Training, man. I mean, making preventative maintenance, trying to make sure everybody knows what they're doing so things like that don't happen. But in some cases, you know, they do happen and they are expensive mistakes. But I mean, you know, that's the most expensive part of a solar system is the inverter, and you know, when it fries, it's not cheap.
Yeah. Do they generally have warranties on them? Yeah,
they have warranties. But if it's installer related, then it's not going to be covering warranties. So it's something we do have to pay for.
Oh, really? If it's installer related?
Yeah. So I think we've had to replace 2 inverters before in our 2 years of business so far. So, I mean, it's not terrible. Mistakes happen, but we always make sure we take care of anything that we mess up or anything that we're at fault for. We make sure we replace it. We'll never kind of leave a customer hanging on something like that.
Man, I mean, homeowners, man, like when a homeowner's like, cause you do new installs, right? New
Yes,
builds
sir.
and things like
Yes,
that.
sir.
So like, what's the greatest, like, can you kind of describe the feeling, like when you know, like a homeowner has just got a new solar system and they turn it on for the first time?
Oh, it's an amazing feeling. We just installed a new system for a business down in the Netherlands yesterday for peak-to-peak counseling.
Okay.
And the homeowners were just so excited, man. They were so happy when they got home and seen all the panels on their roof, and they were just it's a special feeling to get home and somebody's just so excited with the work they've done on their house.
Yeah, and you get to see like, you know that you're helping them. Like,
Exactly.
Can you get into that? Like, are there some myths around that? Like, are people really saving money with solar?
Yeah. Not everybody. I mean, but solar panels, I mean, they can't save you money. It just depends on your situation. There's some dark sides of solar, you know. Obviously, if you don't have the roof space for it, or if you don't have a good setup for solar, it might not save you as much money as you could on your electricity bill. But I mean, some people's situations are better than others where it's actually beneficial. But yeah, I mean, it will definitely save you money.
Okay, like, and what's going on right now locally for local homeowners? You know,
there's all types of programs and incentives that the state of Colorado offers. I know Excel offers community solar programs. So even if you're not a homeowner or if you're a renter and you want to get into solar, you can use community solar. There's all types of solar farms you can get solar from. So solar is really for everybody, and I think that's one thing people don't understand is that everybody pretty much benefits from solar already. Just kind of set up how our electrical grid is right now.
Yeah. Go into that. Like, what are some of the benefits?
I mean, there's tons of community solar programs. All of Colorado's community buildings, the airports, you know, recreational centers, you know, if those are solar powered, then, you know, that's money saved for everybody pretty much.
Okay. Is there like there's this like this buzz type of thing, man, around like green energy and clean energy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like can you get into that? Talk about
Yeah, I mean, the way that the world is going right now, we're on a negative trajectory as far as climate changes and, CO2 emissions. So it's
Okay.
something that we do need to be worried about consistently. And just making smart choices like going solar and reducing carbon footprints is just the best way to kind of handle that. Some people take it a little further than others. And I think that fossil fuels and natural resources should always be a part of our of like our grid and how we operate as a society. But I mean, that should obviously be a percentage, and as much renewable energy as we can use is the better.
oh, I love that, man. I feel like there the benefit of going green and going clean energy. The world can benefit from it, and it's not going anywhere.
Exactly. Yeah, it's the future. Battery storage, EVs, and unfortunately EVs. I'm not the biggest fan of electric vehicles.
You don't like them?
Nah, I mean personally, nah. Man. But it seems that's the way that the world's going.
Yeah, yeah, it's going that way, man. Off grid solar.
Yeah.
Do you do that? Are you into
Yes, sir.
that?
Yeah. We're trying to get into that a little bit more. We are. Yeah, I mean that's the best way to do it is to go off grid and have your own energy independence. That's one thing we stress to our customers consistently is energy independence and not being subject to the grid utility rate changes or peak demand rates and all types of things that they charge you for when you're using power. If you get off the grid, you're not susceptible to any of that. So that's the dream with solar, but it's the you got the wallet for it. This is a question with off grid systems right now.
Okay, so going to like how people even can pay for a solar. Like how do people like is there a myth around like you just gotta have this big old chunk of money?
Yeah, no, that's the first thing I feel like people think about when they talk about solar is expensive. I feel like that's just the first thing that comes to mind. And there's definitely a dark side of solar when it comes to financing solar and leasing solar, and
Okay.
it really depends on how you buy solar.
Okay.
You can end up in a bad financial situation by buying solar panels. So if you're
That's a
not,
possibility.
it's definitely a possibility.
How does something like that happen? We got to talk about that, man. We got to know, man, under these street lights, man. How does that happen, man?
It can happen very easily. Just an underinformed homeowner and not so honest salesman can end somebody in a bad situation.
Ooh,
I'm sure there's a ton of people out there right now in a bad situation due to solar.
man, how would Best Life? Obviously, they're not dealing with that over there at Best Life, man.
No, sir, no. It's really just having a sense of integrity, man, being honest with customers and homeowners, and making sure that they understand exactly how the solar panels are working and if it's truly a benefit for them or not.
Yeah.
And if it's not, then just don't do the deal, man. Like, there's a lot of companies that are out there, selling solar systems to 70 and 80-year-old couples out in Florida that will never be able to fully pay off the system and are barely benefiting from it. But, I mean, as long as they get the check, they're on to the next one. But we try not to take advantage of people, man. We just try and really make sure that people understand what they're buying. It's just like you're buying a car when you're buying a solar system. They often cost the same. They're in the same price ranges. The financing terms are often the same. So I try and get people to look at it like, am I going to want this car forever? Or is this going to be like something I can't afford in 5 years? Or, you just got to make knowledgeable decisions.
And let the people know that there is a way that you can get solar without going into a big old hole.
Exactly. Yeah, there's a ton of ways. I mean, you know, I don't want to sound like, you know, you buy a solar system, you're already off the back in financial debt, you know. But there's a lot of things that go into it. Like, if you have the south facing roof for it, you have roof space, and, you know, you can fit a good sized system on your roof for how much energy you're using, then it'll make sense. A lot of times people undersell systems. Like if you're using, like, let's say like 15 kilowatts a month in energy, and somebody sells you a solar system that's not gonna produce that much, then in the winter times you can still have a pretty high electric bill and a solar loan bill. So you got two bills to pay, and you know you're often paying more than you were in the winter without solar. So when designing systems is an important part, and understand making sure homeowners understand the designs and how much power they're producing versus how much they're using is how you can make an informed decision in buying solar.
Now, is there a myth around the ability to make money using solar? Like, because that sounds like what you're kind of leading into. Like, if they make the right decision and they have the space, they can actually make money.
Yeah. I mean, there's ways to make money with solar panels.
As a homeowner.
As a homeowner, I wouldn't use it. There's definitely better investments to use, better ROIs out there.
Yeah, return on investment.
Yeah, because your utility rate, you know, your utility company, they will buy power back from you, but it's only going to be a certain amount, you know. So it's not like a good investment to make. It'll help you cut costs and expenses and save money, but you know, unless you're going to go buy a whole solar field, then you're not going to be, you know, making a ton of money off of it.
Okay.
Did you say that solar is a better use for land than any crop you could grow on it, though? You can make more money selling the electricity from a solar field than you could with any crop.
Oh, that's
an interesting fact.
That's the whole bar right there, man. Y'all heard it, man. I don't know, man. Whenever we do, I'm gonna remix that part right there. Y'all need to hear that a few times, bro. I need to hear that a few times, man. Say that one more time.
Solar is a better use of land than any crop you can grow on land. You can make more money selling power back into utilities.
Wow, and I love growing food, so that's interesting.
I love solar. So.
Man, wow, yeah.
That's the dream goal, man. That's my end goal. Is I want to own a solar farm, all over the world, internationally, bro. I want to just wake up every time the sun shines. Bank account gets a little bit bigger.
Ooh, with a solar farm.
Yeah, that's my goal, man. And I mean, yeah, the community solar farms, everybody does benefit off of that, you know.
Okay.
Because you're feeding utility grids, and that's kind of my long-term goal. Is just, you know, countries where energy is lacking and where it's needed, you know.
Yeah.
We could provide that through a renewable source for people that need it, you know, at an affordable rate. Then, you know, that's my dream.
Yeah. That's not far off. You know, I see it. You know, Best Life Solar is one of the best things going. If y'all don't know, if you haven't already experienced working with Best Life and you're a roofer or a homeowner, you know, you might want to tap in to Best Life Solar on all social media streaming platforms. We finna get out of here. We finna take a quick break real quick. We gonna get into this Matthias the Great DD3. You know what I mean? That's that Denver Demon 3, man. What we gonna play, man, technician, man? We got Recon Reels over here, man. Shout out to Recon Reels, man. Ooh, that's that P-Lot, man. That's that P-Lot right there, man.
Yeah, I like this dude.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. We here with Colin Hamilton of Best Life Solar, Under the Street Lights. You can find him on all social media platforms, Best Life Solar. Is that right?
Yes, sir. At Best Life Solar.
At Best Life.
Facebook, Instagram, our website. At Best Life Solar.
At Best Life. Man, we gonna take a quick break, y'all. Y'all enjoy This P-Lot, we gonna make a few adjustments and be right back, y'all.
She from the box with hot box, I turn it pine box. Fucking love pimping in this parking lot, yeah. I just fucked this bitch in the parking lot, yeah. I brought all the catch out to the parking lot, yeah. Throwing money like it's payday. Spin on niggas, Beyblade, clip empty, vacate. Perp on me like I bang grape. Me and your hoe made a movie, and I watched that shit like game tape. Me and my gang on the same thing. Me and my gang always gang. Running my city like a damn train. Fucking love pimping in this parking lot, yeah. I just fucked this bitch in the parking lot, yeah. I brought all the catch out to the parking lot, yeah. Throwing money like it's payday. Now to start a campaign, my new watch presidents. Papa champagnes who making money off of cooking instrumentals. This is when life becomes celebratory. I came up watching niggas turn their Section 8 into a laboratory. Nigga gotta do what a nigga gotta do. I gotta plug all my stamps. That's called flipping food. I gave a bird in my whole camp. Feel like 10 of all these blues. Nigga better ask around, I'm stamped. And I ain't got no more to prove. Plain, you just plain. Plain, you just plain. Plain, plain, you just plain. Plain, you just plain. Plain. Steady playing on my name, that's why I stopped playing with these thoughts. Find a real one, till then stay alone, nigga, stack a knot. Think you gotta have it all right now, nigga, you do not. I'ma have it all when it's all said and done, nigga, watch. I want a stone straight from Sierra Leone in my motherfucking watch. Bitch, I'm the overweight Pac. I got an oversized block. Put you on Vivica Fox. I put a box, baby, in a box. I tell a fuck nigga kick rocks. I bet his frail ass won't box. Yeah, I bet his frail ass won't fight. How you know that nigga won't fight? Cause him and his homie jumped the dike. What? And nigga, that's facts, nigga, don't lie. That's gonna die if you reach for that fight. Bet not pump fake. My killer don't speak no English, but he'll turn your brain to crumb cake. Check my feng shui. I wake up every morning, get fresh as fuck, except on Sunday. Bitch, I hate niggas like I hate Mondays. Catch them like on a one-way, nigga, this here could only go one way. One thing's for certain, they gon' call the EMTs. I hope they brought the curtain. They gon' notify your mama. They said we left his ribs showing his ass a Dalai Lama. Chops it down like Benihana. Pull up on your block, make shit look like Rwanda. I think my switch speaks Swahili. I might catch a hat, bitch, I might toss a beanie. I stop sipping act, bitch, pull me up some Remy. All they do is die, I should call them Kenny. Brand new nickel plate, they cost a pretty penny. All I speak is real, only the real feel me. Nigga, all I speak is real, only the fake offended. Been a bad bitch sober and put a baby in it. Chill. All I do is rap, all I do is trap. Counting money while I fuck, she be asking how you do that. I told her face it, everything I do is big, bitch, I ain't basic. Pushing weight, patience, pull up to your apartment with some tools. Maintenance, all my niggas goons and ex-cons. Gangus, I don't always commit crimes, but when I do, bitches heinous. It's giving flow and cadence, sliding with your hoe, she giving throat. It's payment. I've been lit as fuck since I dropped Wayman. Had to leave my state to make a statement. Yeah. Now I'm flying in the frisbee, found my juice, I feel like Bibby. I'm really a demon inside of Corey, hating niggas, they release me. I'm the shit, bitch, I'm the feces. People around me like I got TV. My big cousin was banging at 3-3, nigga.
That boy off the chain, nah, he off the charts.
You see this house in Florida?
Check on me, yes, right now. Jewelry on my neck, bling bow. I got rich rich and they don't know how. My nigga flip a chicken like Kung Pao. Kung Pao. My nigga flip a chicken like Kung Pao. Check on me, yes, right now. My niggas flip a chicken like Kung Pao. Kicking shit like Kung Lao. Better get down, my nigga got a gun and he don't fuck around. Better ask around who the first in town, throw them 30 rounds. But I had to come down, come over creeping up without a sound. They gon' say you switch up when you elevate. The way I drop a 16 and I emancipate. I remember driving weed out of Santa Fe. Slide on niggas for a bag, that's a Santa place. Check on me, yes, right now. Jury on my neck, bling bow. I got rich and they don't know how. My nigga flip a chicken like Kung Pao. Kung Pao. My nigga flip a chicken like Kung Pao. Check on me, yes, right now. My niggas flip chicken like Kung Pao.
My niggas flipping chickens like Kung Pao. I'm just flipping verses, left them streets alone, I'm done now. When you too solid, don't expect who ain't to come round. Got by my respect, see where I'm from, niggas get gunned down. But I ain't getting into that, I'm just trying to get some bigger sacks. I be only on the money trail, if it ain't bout it, let me hit you back. I be focused on getting rich, if I got enough, I can give it back. Only care about when you doing good, when you going through it, they be missing that. Nigga be talking it, but I'm the type be walking it. Move from out of state, a flight away, so I ain't far from it, put working everywhere. I'm state to state, felt I was born for this. That west side and that south, they got connected, nothing hard as this. Watch how I give them the blues, I got the knowledge to give them the tools. Either you win or you lose, but never give up, cause that's when you're doomed. Try to be me, you couldn't even walk up the street if I gave you my shoes. I really be hustling, sun up to sundown, could catch me on the move.
Check on me, yes, right now. Jury on my neck, bling bow. I got rich and they don't know how. My nigga flip a chicken like Kung Pao. Check on me, yes, right now. Jury on my neck, bling bow. I got rich and they don't know how. My nigga flip a chicken like Kung Pao. Kung Pao. My nigga flip a chicken like Kung Pao. Check on me, yes, right now. My niggas flip a chicken like Kung Pao. Kicking shit like Kung Lao. Better get down, my nigga got a gun and he don't fuck around. Better ask around who the first in town, throw them 30 rounds. But I had to come down, come over creeping up without a sound. They gon' say you switch up when you elevate. The way I drop a 16 and I emancipate. I remember driving weed out of Santa Fe. Slide on niggas for a bag, that's a Santa place. Check on me, yes, right now. Jury on my neck, bling bow. I got rich and they don't know how. My nigga flip a chicken like Kung Pao. Kung Pao. My nigga flip a chicken like Kung Pao. Check on me, yes, right now. My niggas flip chicken like Kung Pao.
My niggas flipping chickens like Kung Pao. I'm just flipping verses, left them streets alone, I'm done now. When you too solid, don't expect who ain't to come round. Got by my respect, see where I'm from, niggas get gunned down. But I ain't getting into that, I'm just trying to get some bigger sacks. I be only on the money trail, if it ain't bout it, let me hit you back. I be focused on getting rich, if I got enough, I can give it back. Only care about when you doing good, when you going through it, they be missing that. Nigga be talking it, but I'm the type be walking it. Move from out of state, a flight away, so I ain't far from it, put working everywhere. I'm state to state, felt I was born for this. That west side and that south, they got connected, nothing hard as this. Watch how I give them the blues, I got the knowledge to give them the tools. Either you win or you lose, but never give up, cause that's when you're doomed. Try to be me, you couldn't even walk up the street if I gave you my shoes. I really be hustling, sun up to sundown, could catch me on the move.
Check on me, yes, right now. Jury on my neck, bling bow. I got rich and they don't know how. My nigga flip a chicken like Kung Pao.
All right, so listen up. Stay.
Days Inn makes every winning moment even more epic. Staying nearby gets you close to what matters most. No matter why you're traveling, we have what you need to make every day even sweeter. Days Inn, a trusted brand by Wyndham.
In the kitchen whipping, ain't no politician. Ain't got time to be politicking, niggas talk too much. Probably snitching, races like a party bus. All these bitches, all these hoes Colombian and Puerto Ricans. They was on that Molly Nada, a whole geeking. I took about 5 of them through the 4 seasons. They suck my dick for the evening. This how your life look like when you achieving. Off-white phantom, call it no seasoning. Kill my hops and all they friends, ain't no getting even. Pots in my pants look like snow season. Make you hit the slope, I'm the goat, I'm a coke demon. This ain't even got no cut yet, it ain't got no seasoning. I was in the kitchen whipping, ain't no politician. Ain't got time to be politicking, niggas talk too much. Probably snitching, races like a party bus. All these bitches, my niggas wiping nose, my bitches washing dishes. Watch where you putting your mentions, go in your mouth like a dentist. Jay say my dope is tremendous, that nigga think I'm a chemist. This Hundo was the Olympics, I'm tryna go for the gold, bitch. Poor nigga car, he a goldfish. I ain't so shit, but I'm soulless. Knock a little frame out of focus. She probably let me fuck in a focus. Huh? How you gonna talk shit if you police? Home is where the heart is, fofo leave you homeless. I was in the kitchen whipping, ain't no politician. Ain't got time to be politicking, niggas talk too much. Probably snitching, races like a party bus. All these bitches, all these hoes Colombian and Puerto Ricans. Pop you like a pill, smoke you like a brain. Send on your body like some cocaine. Put you on a block, turn me a millionaire. She look back at it like that little bit body. 40 on me, nigga, like a cougar. Put it in my baby purse, now she my shooter. Baby, please don't judge me like Miss Toller. See a princess fucking on ogre. Bitch, I'm from the east side, I'm a soldier. Glock 19, no holster. Hi, hello, baby, I'm the dope man. I'm making none like some cocaine. Pop you like a pill, smoke you like a brain. Send on your body like some cocaine.
I be slinging shit on the dope, man. Shit and hitting hard, you might need some Narcan. You pick drugs over money, you need to stop, man. Shut the game up, boy, just like a pop can. I can shoot, but boy, I keep my due dirts. My dick in her fucking mouth, shit, her tooth hurts. I be sliding in the roar like a scooter. Hit a nigga's top, I don't need no shooter. Yeah.
Hi, hello, baby, I'm the dope, man. I'm making none like some cocaine. Pop you like a pill, smoke you like a brain.
Alright, check this out, y'all. UTSL, man, under the street lights. Ascari, OVS. Recon Reels, Colorado City Studios, Colorado City Media Group. Y'all are just listening to DD3. That's the Denver Demon 3. Matthias the Great, man. We got Best Life Solar here, man, where we getting behind the business, behind the vision, behind the money. Where you don't just meet the man, you also meet the mentality. We got my man over here, C Green, Colin Hamilton, man, from Best Life Solar, man. What's up, man? How you feeling, man?
Feel good, bro.
Feeling good? Feeling great?
Yeah, I'm excited, man.
Feeling great? Feeling good?
Yeah. I'm super thankful for you having me, AK. Yeah, for real.
Man, I appreciate you for coming through, man, for real, man. Like I said, man, this has always been a part of the vision, man. You know, ever since we was on that roof, man, and you said Best Life Solar, I said, you know what, man, I fuck with that, man.
I fuck with it, bro.
Yeah, I'm rocking with Best Life, man. I'm rocking with Best Life, man. So we gonna play this little quick game, man. Like I said, it's a little lightning round. I got a question for you, man, and you just answer, man.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
This is gonna be fun. All right.
For sure.
All right. So, in one sentence, convince my grandmother, rising power, convince my grandmother she needs solar.
Your grandma needs solar?
Yeah, grandma needs solar.
Okay, one sentence to convince her. Why not save some money while you can?
I like that.
That's the best I got, bro.
Okay, all right, let's go. Man. More panels on the house. Is that a power move or is that a personality move?
More panels on the house?
Yeah, more panels on the house.
Man, I think that's kind of like well, it depends, man. Like, job, is it a big old house, man? Is there a lot of energy consumption there? Because if so, then that's what you need. But if you're trying to just go above and beyond, man, then
yeah, like shitting on your neighbors.
Yeah,
like you're trying to shit on your neighbors.
I feel like there's a couple people like that, man.
You ran into that?
We've done some systems where the whole house is covered.
Yeah,
it's not even that big of a house, man.
It not necessary.
Not necessary.
When you look at what the power consumption versus
versus the usage.
Yeah.
You really only want to buy so much solar, man. You can buy as many as you want, but are you overbuying?
Okay.
You really want to target like your consumption and how much solar you need.
Okay.
That's the most important part. And you never want to let somebody sell you 50 panels if you're on a 1-story, 2-bedroom house. Man. You're not going to need that many. You might only need like 15 or 20.
Yeah.
And you'll be chilling,
Yeah.
You can always add solar to a system too, so it's not like you got to go all
balls to the wall.
right away,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, like, speaking of that, what's the largest, like, system that you ever installed?
That I've installed myself was like 144 panels on a church down in Denver.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it was a big old system.
Hold on, I think I was there for that.
Yeah, I think you were. Yeah, you might have came through for a little bit.
Wow.
Yeah, that was the biggest one I've ever personally installed. We've had, they get up there, man. It's just, that's a commercial kind of situation. Big church in Denver. And they need that much power, but on a residential house, the most we've done was about like 75 panels on a residential.
On a residential.
Yeah.
Man, they were utilizing that much power.
Yeah, they had Tesla as a car charger. It was a big house. It was a big family. So they were using a lot of power, man. So in that situation, why not?
What's up with Tesla, man? Talk to us about Tesla.
Oh man, I'm actually not like the biggest Tesla hater, man. Elon Musk, I'm not like a big fan of, bro. But Tesla is actually not a bad company,
Okay.
A lot of people just kind of see like the big brand comes with the bad connotation type thing.
Yeah.
I mean, they make good products. They're affordable. Their technology is a lot more advanced than what else is on the market compared to like Enphase and SolarEdge. The AC coupling and the compatibility for Tesla is just kind of on a different level. But I mean, yeah, they could be a better company as far as customer service. Getting in touch with them is pretty.
You're talking about like on the solar side, like on the installer side?
I mean, even just like on the general customer side, as far as their cars, the solar panels, solar roofs, customer service side on Tesla is just kind of slacking, and that's the number
Tesla,
one.
y'all hear that? Y'all need to do better because that stuff costs entirely too much money, man.
Yeah,
for y'all to have that terrible customer service, man. I'm telling you right now, man, under street lights.
At least that's just what I hear. That's the number one complaint I hear from customers that don't like working with Tesla.
Okay.
Because man, if they have any problem with their system, it's going to be 6 months to a year before Tesla can even send somebody to look out to it. And
speak about that though, because like let's say it was like a solar, like somebody had to come out for a solar, there's a whole process for that, right?
Exactly. Yeah, that's another problem that the solar industry is kind of facing right now is maintenance and companies leaving solar systems behind, companies going out of business, and these systems, there's thousands of systems. We get calls from homeowners all the time just saying how, their company went out of business. Now nobody's looked at it and it's not working. And, their electricity bill is back high again and they still have a bill. And they really need somebody to come fix it. They just don't have anybody. And that's a giant problem. Yeah, but, I mean, that's kind of where we're trying to capitalize right now. Is offering a lot of maintenance. We have all types of programs where we will just come out and kind of take care of your system. It's called the Best Life Care Club. So we do system inspections, and if you ever do have a problem, you reach out to us. We even offer like panel replacements, all types of things. It's a really cool program for people that are just like out of luck and they don't have anybody to help them with their solar.
And so those type of situations or scenarios are generally from what I'm hearing from you, they generally happen when a homeowner has a system and they work with like a company and the company goes out of business or something.
Exactly.
And now they need some maintenance or something on their system. The system goes down.
Yep. Because oftentimes, the bank that the homeowner might have taken the loan out with, they're still in business. So, they're still paying for the solar loan, and the system might not be working. And now they're in a situation where they can't, they got two bills. They got an electricity bill and a solar bill. And, they need to find somebody to fix it.
Yeah.
So, we're always there. Our marketing department, our sales guys are always reaching out. Listen, ads, people that need help with their systems fixed. And, it's a big kind of problem in the industry right now.
Yeah. That's huge. A lot of companies. How to I know we kind of got into that a little earlier, like how that happens, like the liability, like if a company doesn't have the insurance or the things, the credentials that they need to actually run a company.
Exactly. And
they run into a liability issue. That's how you run into those issues. Is there any other ways like that happens?
Mismanaging funds, not charging enough per panel, and there's a ton of things that a company can run out of business for. Any kind of company, no matter what you're doing, if you're not constantly looking for ways to improve, trying to cut costs and, just grow revenue and just there's a lot to look out for. But I have seen, at least in the solar industry, a lot of companies will go out of business from just because they overpromise and underdeliver is usually what happens. They promise the world to these customers, and then they underdeliver. The systems aren't big enough, or they're not working, or you have to spend so much money on going back to fix these things over the course of like 3 or 4 years. Maintenance bills adding up, and a lot of times solar companies will pay your electricity bill for you, so you're not suing them and whatnot. So, maintenance can add up from terribly installed systems. And I feel like that's a reason why a lot of companies go out, just because they don't have the ability to keep up with things like that. And a lot of these deals are sold by other people a lot, and the installers are stuck with kind of the installation contracts. So, so there's a lot of ways to go out of business in the solar industry.
Yeah. So, competition, that's one of those, how do you deal with competition?
Competition, I love it. It keeps me motivated. Without competition, what am I working towards? There's a lot of competition out here. What we do? There's hundreds of solar companies in Colorado. And you just got to differentiate yourself, set yourself apart, offer services, every company might not be offering, and just, you got to display, you just got to display your own set of assets and your own set of skills, because, what is setting you apart from somebody else, you just got to kind of display that as much as you can. Competition is kind of a good thing.
Yeah, and going to that, what are some of the things that separate you or differentiate you from some of the other solar companies?
Well, as far as our company, I feel like our technicians and the amount of training that we put into our installers and how knowledgeable we all are about actual solar and Installations is kind of what sets us apart, and we try and show that as much as we can in all of our marketing. You know, we try and make ourselves the best, most knowledgeable installers around. You know, like when you work with us, if you got a problem, you know that we'll be able to fix it. A lot of other companies, solar companies in Colorado, actually come to us because we are so knowledgeable about systems that need like troubleshoots that 3 or 4 companies have gone to and they can't figure out why it's not working. You know, because we do solar thermal, photovoltaics, and we just have so much knowledge about solar that if there's ever any problem, then you know it's easily handled with us.
Yeah, that sounds like that NABSAB certification.
Yeah,
you know, I feel like that NABSAB certification, man, it makes it like so you are super extremely knowledgeable about the industry and solars, you know.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, we got our electricians, our master electrician, genius. Anytime we need help with any type of super complicated AC electrical work, you know, we always got Anthony, our master, to help us out. We got people that really know what they're doing around here, which is but like what sets us apart, you know, because there's a lot of companies that you can hire and yeah, they can do a job, you know, it might come out okay, but what about 2 weeks later when, you know, there's something wrong with the system and then they got to go back 4 or 5 times to try to fix it, and it just gets bad for the customer, bad for how whoever sold the job makes them look bad, you know, it just ends up bad. So
yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, man, let me see. We gonna keep going, man. We gonna keep playing this here game right here. It's like hold up, let me get it right here, man. I got my, cause these, okay, so, man, what best describes, like, what's the best vibe for your workday?
For my workday?
Yeah.
Man, what exactly do you mean? The best vibe? Like
like sunny day.
Oh yeah.
Music.
Yeah.
Like describe your ideal work day, man. Like perfect.
I like a busy day that's just packed full, and I know we just got a ton of stuff to do that day. That makes me happy when I'm like, you know what, we're really moving. And of course, I love a sunny day. I love the Colorado weather. That's a good day for me, you know, when everybody's working, everybody's doing something, everybody's moving, all the guys are getting paid, we're getting paid, you know, that's a good day for me.
Man, so describe like your ideal customer.
I've had a couple, man. We've had some really good customers recently. We had one homeowner. She was amazing, man. She brought us Santiago breakfast burritos.
Oh man.
She had this ice water all day. Man. She was just so nice, man. She gave us a good review on Google, bro.
Yeah, that part.
Yeah, she was the nicest lady. That's the people that we take care of the most, you know.
Okay.
Because she goes above and beyond for us, you know. We kind of do the same thing.
Okay.
And we had no problems with her. I guess an ideal customer would be somebody that you can work out a problem with, somebody who's not, you know, just going to throw you right off and, you know, just be upset right off the back. Somebody who's willing to work with you, you know, if there is a mistake, somebody who understands and is willing to like fix it, you know, or
yeah.
But there's a lot of people out there that are, you know, not like that, and as soon as something goes wrong, you know, they're pissed off, they're throwing a fit, you know, man, having tantrums, and then that's what makes things like this hard. Roofing and solar kind of have a bad reputation in Colorado, I've heard. But I mean, you know, it goes both ways, man. There's some crazy homeowners out there and some crazy contractors, but there's got to be a sense of respect, you know.
Yeah, all the way around. I mean, communication is big. Is obviously big in anything that you do.
Exactly.
So communication. Homeowner or roofer?
Oh, I'd much rather like working with well, I mean, I don't like to differentiate, man. You know, either or is honestly okay with me, man.
Okay.
Because, you know, roofers, contractors, they give us a lot of business, you know. It's often reoccurring. You know, if we do a good job one time, you know, the next one they get, we'll work with them more and more and more. And we've built some really good relationships, some good partnerships.
Okay.
We have contractors that just love us and, you know, don't want to work with anybody else, you know. And homeowners are often, the same way. And word of mouth is how we get a lot of business right now. Because people will tell their friends, or their colleagues or coworkers, like, man, these guys were awesome. They came through, killed it, done it one day, cleaned off the panels, everything was awesome, made sure it was working. So they tell their friends, and we have a lot of homeowners we work with in a few different communities, but we do have a lot of roofing contractors as well. So we just try and take care of everybody as if everybody's the same customer.
I know that's right. And like working with insurance, like what's that about? Like what's that like?
I can't get confusing, it's pretty through and through though. They try and deny claims all the time. We had one roof where there was 7 out of 14 broken PV panels up there from a hailstorm. The hailstorm in May 29th last year destroyed the roof. There's glass all over the roof, with big old hail nicks and whatnot. And the insurance adjuster denied the claim initially.
Yeah.
Like they just weren't going to pay for it.
Yeah.
They're like, you're on your own. You got this broken solar system. Roof's all damaged. Denied claim.
Wow.
And some of the guys we work with insurance sometimes. I mean, we deal directly with insurance when we're working with a homeowner. We'll adjust their part of the claim for the solar panels for them and make sure they get paid for solar panels and whatnot. But the roofing contractors we work with, they are the guys that'll like go back and fight the insurance companies. Like, hey man, these guys like this is not cool. You guys got to pay for this.
Yeah.
So yeah, our experience with insurance has been pretty straightforward. I feel like we as long as you're licensed and they can trust in your company, then they usually don't have any problem paying with you unless you get a bad company. There's a couple bad insurance companies that just don't want to pay claims. But,
wow.
Yeah,
that's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate, man.
It is unfortunate, man, because you pay all this money every month, and as soon as there's a storm, you expect somebody to come help you out after you've given them thousands of dollars over the past couple of years, But I mean, their side of it, they get washed out too with a big enough storm, They got to pay billions of dollars in damage sometimes, millions of dollars.
So they squeezing,
they definitely try and squeeze. Yeah, they definitely try and regulate it as much as they can. I've seen people that have waited too long to file an insurance claim on their roof, and then they won't be covered because you should have did this a year ago.
Yeah, go into that. Like, what is the amount of time like from when they can actually file a claim?
So you have 1 year after the date of damage occurred.
Date of damage.
So I think our last biggest hailstorm in Colorado was last year, like May 29th or so. So there's a lot of people that are kind of like last minute, kind of filing these claims, and people that filed the claims back when this damage originally happened and are just now getting taken care of. But most companies give you about a year to handle things like that after a storm. So you definitely got to be on it. You don't want to get left behind. So if you have roof damage or anything, I'd go get it inspected and make sure you get it handled.
Man, is that something that you can help them with?
Yeah. We currently don't sell like a ton of roofs or anything, but I mean, we got a ton of partners. I mean, you sell a couple of roofs yourself, man. So
that's facts.
Yeah, it's kind of our bread and butter is solar and electric, so gotta let our partners handle that.
Okay. Man, let's see. Fast forward, man. 5 years, man. Can we get into that? 5 years, man. 5 years. Where do you see your company, and how do you hope you can help, communities?
Well, 5 years, man. I see us. I want to be at the point where we're doing installs on like community development projects, man, like recreation centers, like community projects and bigger projects. That's kind of where the trajectory I'm hoping we go is right now. And, we have been doing removal and reinstalls is like our bread and butter. We just started doing more new installations of solar. So just kind of want to build up to the point where we can do bigger projects. And then once we can get a couple of those under our belt. We want to do a couple solar farms. Like I said, that was my dream.
Yeah.
I want to at least try and get one, man. But
Yeah.
it costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean, you definitely on the right track.
yeah. I mean, there's of course things happen that kind of slow down that trajectory. Man, nobody knows where they're gonna be in 5 years, but that's the goal at least.
I feel that, man. Speaking of that, man, seasonal. Colorado, man. Is it true, man, that Colorado is like the second sunniest state in the nation?
I believe so. California is not the sunniest one. I don't know.
No,
I'm not sure.
from what I understand. Fun fact, y'all. I don't know, man. Somebody comment, man. Let us know.
There's a lot of days of sun in Colorado. I think there's something like 300 days of sun. It's a really sunny state. Colorado is a good state for solar. I mean, you know how it goes. It'll snow one day, the sun's out shining, it's all gone, bro.
Yeah, the same day.
There's about 5 average sun hours a day here in Colorado.
Okay.
Versus some areas you might get 3 average hours of sun every day.
Okay.
Some you might get the 6 or 7.
Yeah.
But yeah.
How does that translate in the solar? Like in how solar, how
It's
like
one
you
of the
draw
most
its
important
power?
parts. When you're trying to design a solar system, based off of what area you're in, you want to take into account the average number of sun hours every day. Because your solar system's not going to produce at nighttime. So when you're designing the system, 6 or 7 o'clock p.m. at night, it might not be as sunny as it is, 1, 2 p.m. So just kind of take an average amount of sun hours and kind of design the production based off of how many hours you're going to be producing on an average.
Oh wow, okay. And then so solar battery.
Yeah, growing. Yeah, they're always growing.
Okay.
I've always heard these crazy facts like server rooms for like data centers, bro.
Yeah.
And battery storage rooms and just like storage rooms like that are like the most valuable kind of real estate nowadays.
Really?
Yeah, like expensive per square foot.
Really?
Yeah, for a lot of them are using solar battery storage to power a lot of like server rooms like that.
Yeah.
And it's big money, man. EV chargers.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Yeah, just the convenience of charging at your own home.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't beat it. There's all different types of applications for a battery, and it comes back to energy independence and being able to stay off of the grid and produce your own power. Without a battery, it's kind of hard to do that. You can't really do that because your solar panels are only produced throughout the day, so at nighttime you need a battery to kind of use that power. So where the industry looks like it's going, it's kind of a required part. In California, you can't even buy a solar system without buying a battery anymore. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So that's. Are you saying that's what's coming this way? That's what's.
Yeah.
Colorado, should Colorado prepare for that?
I don't know, man. It definitely makes solar more expensive. Battery adds about $10,000 to the average price of any solar system.
Okay.
So
what's the benefits though? Like, talk to me real quick about that. Like, what is the benefits of having the solar power? The solar battery.
It's honestly, I don't think people realize the benefits of it, because if they did, more people would have them. The grid fails, you still have power when the grid fails, and you're saving a lot more money because you're producing your own power at night times when the sun might not be shining. You can see storing your own power, so you can just draw off of that whenever you need, especially with EVs vehicles. Kind of like really increases the amount of money you save.
What about even with EMP?
Yeah. There's there's some. You need EMP protection around a battery room, but there's all types of survivalist guys. The ones the world's gonna end, and they do have crazy battery storage systems, like whole rooms full of batteries. Just in case something goes down, man. You still have power.
Yeah,
which is a good idea, man. It's a excellent idea. Some people take it a little too far. But you can protect them through EMP. I think you gotta surround them in a certain type of metal, and it'll protect it from an EMP. So no matter what happens, you can still have power.
Man, yo, that's what's up, man. So, look, man, we finna get up out of here, bro. I'm gonna man, I need you to just plug yourself, man. Tell me where they can find you, man. And if you wanted to say something, man, to like your roofers, your homeowners, your insurance companies, man, like this is the opportunity, man. Talk your talk.
I just want to say, make sure you guys are making the most informed decisions you can about solar panels. Don't get ripped off. Don't get screwed over. Don't end up in a bad position because of somebody you worked with. Make sure you're choosing somebody who knows the in and outs of solar panels, who does good installs, and has a good word of mouth, and people can refer them to you. Make sure you're using somebody who you trust, pretty much. That's us. that's our company. Best Life Solar.
Yeah.
Instagram is at Best Life Solar. Facebook, Best Life Solar. Website, www.bestlifesolar.com. Our phone number is 804-503-2457. That's my personal number. Our main contact line is 983-333-7273. We're running spring specials right now on new installations. We're doing a $200 a panel for solar R&Rs. We're doing $2.80 a watt for new homeowners that are interested in buying solar. So once again, just make sure you're making educated decisions when you're buying things, and feel free to reach out.
Man, that's super hard, man. Check this out, man. So you already know what it is, man. It's UTSL, Under the Street Lights, man. Sea Green, man. Best Life Solar. Y'all make sure, man, if y'all need anything dealing with solar power, solar energy, thermal solar, right?
Yes, sir. Yep. Any kind of solar you got, man. Solar microwave, solar oven, bro. We do it all, man.
Man, didn't you just say something about a solar RV, something like that?
Yeah. We're doing solar on a camper pretty soon. So yeah, if you guys are looking for off-grid solutions, man, you want some solar while you're camping, on your RVs, mobile solar, we do all of that, so just reach out.
Man, make sure y'all reach out, man. It's Ascari OVS, Under the Street Lights, man. Recon Reels, Colorado City Studios, man. Colorado City Media Group. Man, we just got behind the business, man, with colleague Greens, man. Sea Green, you know what I mean? Best Life Solar, man. Young black entrepreneur in the Mile High, man. Putting it down for real, man. Helping out a lot of people, man. If you need a skill, if you need a trade, man, that's what I always say. When it comes to this demo right here, you can come, you can learn solar, and you can take this thing anywhere in the world, man. For real, man. So, they are hiring too.
Let's go. Yes, sir.